Alright, so we got correcting the most popular misconceptions in Warhammer 40k lore. I mean, I already have a misconception in my head that a lot of people are saying that Vulcan's not number one, which I completely disagree with. I mean, I think he is.
Gal, the lore of Warhammer 40k is this big old convoluted thing, full of contradicting lore and many retcons. It's also stacked with memes, which is great, but unfortunately has resulted in the less intelligent parts of the community, that being Majorkill subscribers, confusing memes with actual lore. This is compounded by the fact that in order to disprove a lot of these myths, you would have need to have read and remember books from over a decade ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, we're not doing that, bro. Like I said before, the only book that I'm reading is the Bible.
The point is, a lot of people are
Yo, I'd rather sit here, bro. Listen, I'll sit here, bro, with my hands under my legs, bro, and I'll watch and talk about Warhammer lore for years to come. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna read a book. I'm sorry, bro. Maybe that's just me. I don't know if I have like ADHD or something like that, but again, the only book that I'm like genuinely like reading and that I'm interested in is the Bible.
Getting many parts of the lore wrong, and I do think a part of that is my fault because sometimes I like to add my own personal Aussie embellishment here and there. So as a lore,
and I think that could be my fault as well. Sometimes I do, ignore what really happened in books, and I really, and I really just have that bias. And I feel like my bias takes over a lot of what I'm saying, and a lot of y'all actually, I mean, and to be fair, bro, a lot of y'all actually agree with what I'm saying. Actually, comment down below right now if you agree with most of the things that I say about like Vulcan and stuff like that, about like how he's number one and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will be like, oh, I do. Oh, me, King, and me, I do. Like, so like I really feel like my influence in this whole Warhammer game is definitely going up. Now, all I need is just my influence in the gaming world to go up as well. Then I feel like I'm just good on both sides, both on the gaming and Warhammer.
War Master, no, it's a super gay term. As a dude who makes money by presenting Warhammer lore in a digestible format, it's my job to go through some of the biggest misconceptions and myths in 40k and set the record straight.
Okay.
Before we get started, September press their emotions and can't love. Slaanesh isn't the god of love and missionary. She's the god of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. The craft world's standard of living is extremely high. They party, they drink, they shag.
Man, I know, bro. I know so many damn Diddy parties go down over there. It's diabolical. Man, yo, I know so many Diddy parties that's just splurge over there, bro. It's crazy, bro. So many parties of just baby oil, and man, I know they be doing stuff with Skittles and candy and ish. It's crazy, bro. Like, I already know. Now, before you ask me, whoa, King Indy, how do you know? Well, I got my ways of knowing, bro. Like it's really just nasty and diabolical, bro. What they be doing over there. I just hope, man. I pray to God, bro. If I ever see one of y'all in one of these Diddy parties, and don't be like, oh, what are you doing here? Now, don't try to flip this on me. If I see one of y'all at these damn Diddy parties, bro, I will give you the backhand of Doomerson, bro. Out of love. Out of love. Not out of frustration, but out of love. I'm like, yo, what are you doing here, bro? Do better. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. But, bro, don't ask me. Yo, if you flip it on me, I promise you, it will be the end of your days. Don't be like, oh, well, before you slap me out of love, what are you doing here? What this ain't... What you think I am, Siri? I don't got all the answers. Don't question me, yo. Don't even look at me and ask me that type of question. Don't ask me why I'm here. As a matter of fact, I will answer that. I'm here because of you. I'm here because I'm trying to protect you from what I'm doing. So what's that drink in your right hand? Don't worry about it. I'm just enjoying what they serving.
No, their babies don't all come out of test tubes. Ironically, that's the Dark Elder who mostly have to do that. The Craft Worlders can even use their psychic abilities. This is because they rejected Slaanesh before rejecting Slaanesh was cool. The Dark Elder were just lucky that they were in the webway when shit went south. The Craft Worlders actively fled the calamity, and as a reward, they get to maintain a fucking
Sit on pay where they fall in love. I need to start the summer lining up. Who is this, y'all? Can somebody please let me know who this is? I know there's somebody who really loves me. Somebody who really loves me. My goodness. And that's all I need.
life. Sure, craftworlds get destroyed, and sure, some aspect warriors on each craftworld go balls to the walls and become more or less a robot, but that is a small percentage. Craftworlders can also feel angry, vengeful, and hateful without any negative blowback. They don't have to suppress the shit out of their emotions. As long as they have their spirit stones, they can get away with a lot of shit. The only time they start getting in trouble is if their fuckery gets so severe that their spirit stone abandons them. Then yeah, they're fucked. But you have to do some naughty shit to get to that point. The grim darkness of 40k is a huge theme of our beloved hobby. However, a lot of people think it's way more of a thing than it is. No, 95% of the Imperium isn't dedicated towards training soldiers and making weapons of war. No, most of the Imperial citizens are not forced into grueling labor. No, the only food available isn't grounded up rats mixed with corpse starch. Large swathes of the Imperium.
I knew he was about to say that. Oh my god. That's why I spit my water out. I knew he was about to say that damn corn starch. What was it called? The human corn starch, whatever? Man, that stuff is diabolical, bro. Man, I'd rather go find an animal, bro. Get rid of it, bro. And just do what I gotta do, bro. For real. I'm not eating that, bro. For real, bro. I'd rather eat a New York rat, bro.
I've never seen or felt war. They live on worlds not too different from our own. At most, only about a quarter of Imperial worlds are hive worlds, which are known for their grim darkness, because you know it's like 100 billion people squished together in these massive cities, but that means there are hundreds of thousands of worlds where the oceans aren't yet polluted, where cafes are a huge vibe, and where you can grow lemons in your backyard. Okay. Obviously, books and lore about these civilized worlds, as they're called, isn't that exciting, so there isn't many about them.
Okay, so that's actually a misconception that that he actually proved me wrong on that one, because I thought that every single just city in Warhammer was just polluted, nasty, trifling, disgusting. That's what I thought at first. That's the way like lore. That's the way like because I've heard so much lore, y'all. That's the way that I've heard it through. I've just thought that like every single city was just down bad, just everybody eating corn starch or what human starch, whatever. Like every city is just totaled, like it's done for. I did not know that there's actually cities out there, bro, who are actually thriving. Okay, boom, that makes sense.
Whereas shit like Necromunda or war-torn worlds on the front lines are, so that's where the attention goes. There's even a thing called a pleasure world, which are entire worlds dedicated purely to chilling out, releasing mixtapes, and having orgies.
Yeah. All you freaksters out there, yeah, I know. There's some actually watching the video right now. Yeah, bro. Yeah, freak. I know you want to dibble and dabble into a lot of different things. Don't worry, on these little pleasure worlds, you can do that, bro. As a matter of fact, bro, you can do whatever you want in these pleasure worlds, bro. Yeah. Now, obviously, I ain't no freaky frog, so y'all know me, bro. I'm gonna be like playing golf and playing basketball and really having a time of my life over here, you know. But when it really comes down with it, y'all, I'm gonna keep it real for what it is, like. Bruh, these pleasure worlds do look a little nice. They do look a little nice, I'll be honest with you.
Pleasure worlds are where all those big-ass fake titty Instagram influencers live. So yeah, the myth that the Imperium is so grimdark and depressing all the time that it may as well get destroyed is just total bullshit. Most of the Imperium lives at the standard of our current Earth, if not better. Then the next one, a lot of people think that the setting of 40k doesn't actually have long left timeline-wise. The Necrons are awakening, their advanced technology too much for the other races to handle. The Tyranids are also a lot of people think that the setting of
those images, the game is canceled, I've just been taken with a big
40k doesn't actually have long left timeline-wise. The Necrons are awakening, their advanced technology too much for the other races to handle. The Tyranids are also coming in ever-increasing numbers, with the belief that the devastating hive fleets we've already seen are merely scout ships, preparing for the arrival of a gigantic fuck-off huge hive fleet that will consume the galaxy, which is becoming more and more of a problem. Basically, everyone's fucked, so nothing matters. This is completely false. No, the galaxy isn't doomed. Chaos, the next.
Well, also, y'all gotta blame the books for that, bro. Like, you can't really blame. Y'all can't look at the community and be like, oh, well, the community's dumb or whatever. No, the community's not dumb. They just, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I don't read the books or whatever. So maybe I'm a little dumb for even assuming that. But for people that do read the books, bro, I could imagine, like, it don't really speak about, like, the nice parts of Warhammer. You know what I'm saying? I can only imagine that they're like that in the book it says like, you know, this bad thing after this bad thing, the city is down bad, horrible, this and this and that. I can only imagine that like in these books, bro, that like it's saying all these bad things just for the book. You get what I'm saying? I don't think anybody wants to, not anybody, but I don't think a lot of people want to hear about the good parts, you know, bro. This is Warhammer, bro. Like a lot of good things don't happen in this damn series. Well, unless I thought, you get what I'm saying? And that's why do you think I say that? I say that because I hear so much lore about Warhammer that it's nothing but negativity. It's nothing but somebody just getting absolutely obliterated. It's nothing but just evilness, bro. Why y'all think bro, why y'all think I'm doing Warhammer and gaming? You think I want to y'all think I want to listen to and hear about this negative thing after this negative thing after this negative thing from Warhammer? Y'all know I love Warhammer, but I'm going to keep it real, bro. Like, I can sit and react to one Warhammer video about something bad happening, but when it gets down to 2, 3, I'm like, nah, we ain't doing that. I'd rather do one Warhammer video and one gaming video to, like, lift my spirits or something. Because nobody wants to hear all this negativity. Bro, there's no positivity in Warhammer. That's what I thought. Now, if Majorkill can actually prove me wrong, then yeah. But until then, bro, I still look at Warhammer as this hellhole.
Necrons and the Tyranids are all very beatable, and all have very exploitable weaknesses. For the Necrons, it seems as if the only thing keeping them down is the fact that most of them are still asleep. But this isn't true. In the Infinite and the Divine novel, great book by the way, towards the end of it, most of the Necrons are waking up. But without the Silent King to unite them / mind control them, they've broken out into petty wars with each other. Many Necron lords have already been destroyed by other Necron lords. It's blatantly obvious that a united Necron force is pretty much impossible to achieve. The only one capable would be the Silent King, but even if the Silent King did that, he's so obsessed with killing the Tyranids that he wouldn't even really be considered an Avengers level threat. Like, the dude's been sulking for 60 million years. The idea of galactic domination is probably almost petty to him now. For the Tyranids, it's still only a theory that an endless tide of bugs are about to arrive. Also, when the Great Rift opened, it actually knocked the hive mind on its ass for a bit. If the Tyranids were so vast and numberless, then how would a warp incident occurring in one galaxy that only a few of their scout fleets are in, how could that kick the hive mind in the dick so hard? I would say that the Tyranids are not as limitless as we think, and even if they do eventually come with their big ass bug army, the line will probably be awake by then, so problem solved. For Chaos, well, the Biggie has finally awoken, and he's already kicked Nurgle in the jaw pretty hard. So if he can do that, then I'm sure Slaanesh's balls are soon to be squished as well. Moving on to an older myth that some people still cling on to. The myth that Sigmar from Warhammer Fantasy, and you guessed it, Age of Sigmar, is one of the lost Primarchs. This has been disproven multiple times as A, it's clear the lost Primarchs have been destroyed.
Oh, he do like he kind of do look like a Primarch. I didn't even notice that. Wow. I just not. He do look like a Primarch, y'all. I'm gonna keep it real.
B, numerous characters are aware of their fate. And C, the lost Primarchs most likely led, or at least met their legion before going kaput. On top of that, the setting of Age of Sigmar has really transcended beyond fantasy and 40k. Like, Sigmar in his current form is way too powerful to be a Primarch, and he never even grew to Primarch size back in Warhammer Fantasy. To be fair to the people who believe this myth, it seems as if GW originally had plans for the two settings to more or less be connected more than they were, hence we're happy to use Sigmar as a lost Primarch, but those plans have since been binned ages ago. This next myth triggers a fair amount of people when it's brought up, which we love. The myth that guardsmen are nothing more than scared shitless cannon fodder. Guardsmen are considered some of the best soldiers humanity has to offer.
Yeah.
If they were on our world, they would probably be more skilled than our Navy SEALs and SAS Special Forces. Obviously not every guardsman is equal. Cadians are crack shots before they turn 10, and the Death Corps of Krieg have nearly unlimited morale.
But see, here's the thing though, you have to understand, bro. Like, I've heard so many like instances, bro, where you have millions of guards going out bad and this and this and that. Bro, like, I feel like sometimes Games Workshop, I feel like they kind of belittle them, if that makes sense. I feel like sometimes they kind of like put them down a little bit, and it kind of not ruin their reputation, but it kind of like makes them seem really weak. It kind of makes them seem like they're like, y'all know, like Dragon Ball, y'all know like the Cybermen. You know what I'm saying? Like, they kind of make them seem like really like a really like just weak character, but like there's just a lot of them, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a It's like one of those characters, y'all, in like video games and movies where like they're like the main like punching bag, if that makes sense. That's what I think.
But even niche guardsmen, such as the Gudrunite guardsmen from the first Eisenhorn book, prove themselves to be absolute warriors. Like, these dudes were trained on a pretty low-key world, so they definitely weren't the best guardsmen. But they were still brave enough to not only escape from the chaotic forces that had commandeered them, but then be willing to attack a mind-bending Xeno world full of chaos cultists and space marines. Guardsmen do the bulk of the fighting across the Imperium, and it's the guardsmen who have held Cadia against the entire force of chaos for 10,000 years. If a soldier isn't good enough to be a guardsman, then they are instead inducted into their planet's defense force, or they end up being a part of the local militia. For the next myth, which I kind of take some responsibility for spreading because I thought it was funny, is that the Tau are a bunch of commie fish people. The Tau are not particularly aquatic or directly come from fish. Their homeworld is more rocky and full of plains. They even have...
Oh wait, people actually believe? I thought... No, wait, hold up. So people believe that the... So wait, people actually believe that like these people were like fish people? But here's the thing with Majorkill. Y'all gotta understand, bro. With Majorkill spams the same jokes. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all do. We all have like our signature jokes that we like pull off. Y'all know, y'all kind of, I mean, well, y'all basically know a lot of like my lingo and what I say and stuff like that in videos. I kind of like, not spam it, but like I say it a lot in my videos or whatever. And y'all kind of know what I say. But like, I feel like for Majorkill, bro, especially like whenever it comes down to like, cause bro, I thought that Tzeentch's name was Tzeentch or something like that. I think I got that from Majorkill, and I thought that was his actual name until y'all was like, all right, bro, like you're wearing out the joke, you're saying it too much. I'm like, what joke? And then y'all like, oh, Tzeentch or whatever, like that's not his name. And I'm like, wait, that's not his name? And then it was like, nah, his name is Tzeentch. And I'm like, wow. You get what I'm saying? So like it really depends on like who you watch, because at first I did not know that Tzeentch's name was Tzeentch. I thought it was Tzeentch because, like, you know, Majorkill will always say that. So I'm thinking, okay, that's his name or whatever. I did not know that his actual name was Tzeentch. I was so like, I'm thinking like somebody, I'm thinking like, yo, I thought one of y'all was just on my neck for no reason. Oh, yeah, what, like, what do you mean? Like, what joke? What joke am I overplaying? Y'all was like, bro, that's not his name, bro. You just, like did you not know that was his name? I'm like, no, I thought that was like his actual name. So shout out to y'all for actually correcting me on that one.
Moves. So yeah, they're more like both.
So like stuff like that is Majorkill's fault.
Viney than anything. Also, their culture is more like a blend of numerous Asian systems. The caste system is Hindu, their Japanese Gundam aesthetic is very weeby, and their government is very reminiscent of the Chinese Communist Party. So it's not entirely inaccurate to call them commies, but there is more to them than that. While we are chatting about the Tau, there is another myth here to dispel, that being that the Tau society requires the Ethereals to function. The argument for this is that the Tau were going to genocide themselves until the Ethereals arrived and saved the day. However, with the Ethereals' mind control abilities, it's more than possible that they instigated the Tau civil war so that when they arrived, the Tau would be willing to sacrifice their individuality to serve them. This is further backed up by the fact that the Farside Enclaves exist, which are a collection of Tau-controlled worlds that have zero Ethereals on them, and they're still extremely functional. Now to bust the myth that everyone wishes was true, but it just isn't. The Orc War cannot bend time, space, and reality.
Thank God. Thank the Lord. Man, yo, thank you. Whew. Let's go, bro. Every single day, bro, I'm just praying for their downfall. Let's go.
Just gives orcs an edge. Yes. No, the God Emperor isn't alive because orcs believe he is. The extent of their war power isn't limitless. If you convince an orc he is a god, he will grow more powerful, but he won't become a god. If you tell an orc that the gun he is holding can destroy a planet with one shot, it will probably get a Daka boost, but it won't destroy a planet with one shot, even if the orc completely believes it.
I'm getting pretty emotional right now, bro, because this is the... Bro, I've been wishing for this, bro. I've been wishing for their downfall. Yes. Let's go, bro. I'm really getting teared. I'm tearing up right now, bro. Because I've been wishing for their downfall, bro, since they took out my boy Vulcan. This is what I prayed for, bro. I wish for their downfall, and it's working. Y'all was hyping up these dudes in the comments. Orc this, orc that. They're bums. I can't wait for the day that they all go out bad.
The War allows Orc technology to work, but the Orcs still have to build shit. If they want a heavy Dakka gun, they have to make something that looks like it would have heavy Dakka. Orc War power doesn't affect other races either. If Orcs think someone is really powerful, they won't suddenly turn into a Primarch. Sebastian Yarrick is a great commander and warrior, not because the Orcs believe he is, but because he actually is. If the Orc War affected other races, then Blood Angels would be incredibly fast, and Imperial Fists would have way more firepower than they do. I'm sorry to ruin the fun and the memes, but that's pretty much the purpose of this video. The last myth, which you aren't going to like hearing, is that there are no good guys in 40k, only varying degrees of bad.
Oh no, there's good guys. Vulcan.
Is just incorrect. Just because a faction isn't a wholly benevolent convent of do-gooders doesn't mean they're bad. Humanity fights against demons and horrifying aliens in order to keep the innocent safe. The Craftworld Eldar strive to keep their people alive, only attacking when necessary. The Tau, despite using questionable methods, are very welcoming of the other races, and they seek to create a utopia of advanced science and quality of life. Space Marines like the Salamanders and the Lamenters regularly give their lives to protect the innocent. This myth stems from the fact that because each faction is so vast, there are evil aspects of each one, which people think overpowers the good. Sure, some Craftworlds are more bloodthirsty than others, but that doesn't mean the Eldar as a race are evil. I mean, the Dark Eldar are, but that's besides the point. Just because the Marines Malevolent used the hospital as bait, then bombed it, doesn't mean all Space Marines are massive dicks. Just because the Ethereals aren't crazy about free will, doesn't mean the Tau deserve to be hated. There are very clearly evil factions and not evil factions. So yeah, you can say that the Imperium, the Craftworld and Exodai Eldar and the Tau are the good guys, whilst Chaos, Tyranids and Dark Eldar are the bad guys. It's obviously a scale, and the good guys aren't perfect by any means, but to say that the Imperium is just as bad as Chaos is fucking retarded. Myths and memes are good fun, but it's important to be able to tell the difference.
Shout out to our boy, man, Majorkill for this one. I really enjoyed this video, y'all. I really enjoyed this video, man. Shout out to Majorkill for clearing a lot of things up because I was one of those people who was confused. Other than that, man, comment down below. What do you guys think about this video, man? What are some misconceptions that you guys fell for? And other than that, man, I'm going to see all that fixing them out. Again, shout out to Majorkill. And bye, everyone.